I believe with all of my heart that you can be the first. It turns out that you are the most powerful person in your world. Come on, bro. Yeah. All right, here we go. Got 2 words for you today, baby. 2 words. Here we go. Love wins. Love wins. It turns out you could go to almost any corner of the globe, and if you were to ask somebody, what's the most powerful emotion? What's the most powerful force on all the earth? You could ask them, what is life about? And I would be willing to bet you pennies to dollars, inevitably, people will say love. Love is the most important emotion. Love is the force. Love is what life is all about. That love in every competition it's in wins. Love wins. In fact, love is so powerful, it's infiltrated almost every part of our lives, right? You see it when you talk about your family. I love my family, my mom, my dad, my grandparents. I love this girl, I love this guy. It's serious, right? But then it also gets not quite as serious because you say in the same breath, I love my family, that you say, I love cheese pizza, or I love this restaurant or this movie, or I love to go do fill in the blank. We've all been at that end of the year sports banquet where that cat stands up and he walks up there and he's got that little swag about him. He's got his notes and he gets up there, he looks at them, and then he puts them to the side. He says, I'm not gonna go on my notes. I'm gonna speak from the heart. And then like 13 minutes later, he's done talking and he's got the snot bubbles and the teary eyes. And he's like, man, I love you guys. And I know we never met freshmen and I gave you a wedgie and stuffed you in the locker room, but man, I love you. We use love so often. We see it bubble up in all these different places. I'm convinced that we've missed and forgotten the meaning of love. That we've missed the power of love in our lives and in the game of sports. We've missed the fact that love wins. Think about what it means when you say you love something. Think about what love really is. Love is patient. Have you ever met somebody who won a championship who didn't commit to something over time? Have you ever met somebody who was just born an overnight success? Or are the champions that you know, the greatest who have ever put on cleats or sneakers, the ones who are at the very top of the game, or were they patient to do the work day in and day out? Not just when the lights were on and the fans' eyes were celebrating them, but when nobody was watching. Early in the morning while everybody else was hitting the snooze button, they were up patiently putting in the work day after day. Love is kind. You know, kindness isn't softness. You're not soft if you're kind. In fact, you gotta be strong, otherwise you can never be kind. Because kindness is going all in for your teammates. Kindness is giving it everything that you've got, even if you've got a beef with them off the field. Even if things aren't right with you and them, it's going all in for them, even though they might not deserve it. It's going all in on them because of who you are, not because of who they are. Love doesn't have a swelled head. Love doesn't get to the end zone and say, look at me. Love gets to the end zone and says, look at you guys. I wouldn't be here without you. Love doesn't land the spike and say, look at me. Love says, let's get in. And if it wasn't for my teammates, I couldn't have done this. Love doesn't say, what are you going to do for me? Love says, what can I do for you? You see, love doesn't put me first. Love puts we first. Love says, I would rather lose for me and win for us than lose for us and win for me. Love never gives up. Have you ever met somebody who quit their way to success? You haven't, because you can't quit your way to the top. Love perseveres. It continues on. It goes even when it's hard, even when it gets difficult, even when the doubters and the haters start speaking up, when the critics are loud, when the fans have left the stands, when everybody online and in the newspapers and behind your back are saying, what are you doing? Why are you even going? Love keeps on going. Turns out love wins on the field, because you see, love is the foundation. It is the very pillars of success in the game of sport. You will never find a quality of a champion that cannot also be said of love. Turns out, love wins. Hey, let me ask you this question. What do you love? Don't tell me about the pizzas and the places. Don't tell me about the stuff. I'm asking, what are you willing to be patient for? What are you willing to persevere for? For who are you willing to be kind? What are you willing to set yourself aside for? Forget about me, I love you. What are you willing to fight for, to sacrifice for? What are you willing to get out of the way for? What do you love? Greatest basketball player to ever put on a pair of sneakers, at me if you want, LeBron James said this: I love when my teammates succeed. That gets me more excited than anything. You see, love doesn't put itself first. Love doesn't put me first. Love puts we first. And when you love like that, you'll find success on the field. When you love like that, you'll find success on the court or the track or the weight room or wherever you compete. And when you love like that, you will find success in the game of life. Why? Because success in sports and life is not complicated, friends. It's as simple as two words: love wins. Let's have a go in today.